Hello. All right, we're going to talk about this idea of what if you were never meant to have lost the weight before. A lot of people really stay struggling in this thought process of, I attempted Jenny Craig and I gained the weight back. I did Weight Watchers, I gained the weight back. I should have figured this out by now. I hear this all too often. Why is it I'm still struggling with this? Shouldn't this be fixed by now? Shouldn't I be done with this by now? I have all the knowledge. Why am I still here? And I want to encourage you to think about something. So if this is not something that we can check off and say, I'm done, because you can't. You're whatever you're doing to lose the weight, there is no getting back to normal, right? So once you go on this journey, you're an old normal that was supporting you being at your 250-pound self, 300-pound self, whatever that version of you is. You can't go back to normal. It's gone, because you now can only move forward if you really want to lose weight and keep it off. So there's nowhere we're going to go back to. So this is a learning and progressive journey. It's like we started out at where you were, and now we want to move forward. We want to see improvements. We'd like to see weight loss. We'd like to see you be able to maintain said weight loss. But here's what's important. When you go to college to get a degree, we're going to use nursing here. You don't ever sign up for nursing and say, this one class on this thing should yield my degree in nursing. You logically get, you're going to take a bunch of classes, and you could apply this logic to really any degree, right? You're going to take a bunch of classes, and some of the information is even going to be redundant, right? Like you're going to take one biology class here, you might take a slightly different science class. A lot of the information is overlapped, and you accept it, you get it, you're like, sure, this is what I signed up for. I'm in nursing school, this is what we do. So then you work for years, you get your certificate, your diploma degree, it's hanging on the wall. Now, does that mean you never open up another book? You never take another class? Like you're just done, right? Because you now have the degree hanging on the wall? No, you get that you're going to continue to have to do some kind of continuous education. You're not a one and done situation, that the education continues. This is the exact same thing with weight loss. Your body will continue to age. It's going to continue to change. You go to the doctor 3 years from now, they may be like, hey, you got high cholesterol, high blood pressure, we need to make these changes. There's a constant forced change that's happening. So once you decide you want to lose weight, your past is now kind of like obsolete. We're not going back there. You're only going to continue to educate yourself and improve. And as your body changes, as it ages and things change, right? You're going to have to make modifications. The reason this conversation is important to have, what if all of those times you've tried to lose weight were akin to taking a college class? You were working towards this degree of weight loss. Once you get the degree and now you're maintaining, you're going to continue to go for continuous education. You're going to continue to have real world learning moments when you're working on patients, because everything you learned before was theoretical, right? And hopefully you did get some definitely clinical hours where you're putting your hands on people, but you're going to learn more the more real people you work with, right? So if we can take that mental concept and be okay with it to become a nurse or anything, why is it that we can't apply that same thinking to working on our bodies and our health, and kind of have the idea that, okay, cool. Instead of like, I should have been done with this by now, that one time I signed up for Weight Watchers back in 2004 should have been the last time I ever had to do this. What if you change the script and say, I'm going to work on this for the rest of my life? And that was just one of many courses that I needed to take in order to figure this out. And even when I do figure it out, I'm going to be doing this whole continuous education thing and continuing to learn from real world examples, and actually have to practice this stuff in a different context. So I'm still going to be learning. Like there's no point at which I'm officially done with this whole process. And when we take that idea off the table, how much freer does that make you? How much less of a problem does it become? Because honestly, we create our own misery and suffering because of false beliefs as to what it is we should be doing and how things should look. We think that perception of this should have been fixed by now, I should be able to check this off my list. What if this is not something you'll ever check off? What if you're going to always have to be learning, growing, changing, and improving with this forever, and you were never intended to take one stab at it and actually be done? That'd be like a nurse saying I should just take one class and I get my degree. No, that's not how life works. So I just wanted to have this honest conversation, because I think if we can pivot our thought and look at this through a different lens, we can all be so much more successful, and we can actually enjoy the process, because we understand that every time we fall down and get back up, cool, one more class under my belt. Now what? What can I take that knowledge and roll it into, versus I should be finished with this by now. Even, like, let's be real. Like, if you're an accountant, are you telling me the degree hanging on your wall is the last time you had to learn anything? Like, in life, when do we stop learning? We don't just shake it off and say, hey, you know, I'm done with education. I won't open another book for the rest of my life. Like, you get that, right? So why is it we can't be educated on ourselves? All right, guys, you have a great day. I will talk to you soon.